And is the NDI working? Nope. Hang on. I'm gonna get the screen capture up. Give it a second. Today we're gonna be doing a bit more Blender work. When I start thinking about styles of panels and stuff at the space station as well, there's a lot of like art stuff I want to kind of start working on. Not to take a break, not like to take a complete break on systems, but start making things look good for what we kind of have, so that it kind of makes sense. So there's a bit more kind of playability. I think as well, I want to create a gray box version of the space station in Unforgiven systems. Just so we can kind of play test it in Greybox, and get the hangers and stuff working, like kind of just rebuild, from the exact dimensions. Greybox test station, and yeah, I think that'd be cool. Just to kind of be able to work a bit more independently from the art, and then as the art is kind of coming online, it can kind of I can make sure that there's a parallel, to all the systems that I'm kind of creating in the test project. Yeah, so I want to get these origins working. Re-export the exterior. And thrust replacements. Yeah, turn on. So these bowls actually need to be turned on. And these need to be turned off. And hopefully chat and everything is all working. Remove this. If you guys can hear me, let me know. Oh, I have a lot of these UVs. The landing cover should have both. What landing? That should be ship body. Oh, I understand what I'm doing. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I know this Godot thing is. Yeah, all those floors. Mhm. Hey, 22 meters from Settlix. How's it going? Settlebate, hey that gamer. Hey Saban. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? I'm tired, Settlix. Tired. Ugh. Work has me, I don't know, zonked, I guess. Yeah, bab. One more final interview with HR. Everything else went great, including the meeting with the bosses, which is more like, I don't know, negotiating, that kind of stuff. So I think we're good, but we'll see. But then I got to deal with the, like, you know what I mean? I gotta resign, you know, after like 18 years lurking for food, you know, leaving something after being there for like, you know, 18 years is kind of rough. Oh, dude, like I won't disclose anything, but you know, maybe privately in the Sunlights Discord at some point. But yeah, it's a multi-hats role. We'll call it that. That's not quite development, but requires another knowledge of development. Like, oh, it is going to be interesting. So anyway, I've been working on more final art stuff. If you guys are kind of just tuning in, I got my male and female character in the game finally. So we can actually kind of move around, just kind of. So check it out. Right. And right, so all the IK stuff is a bit floaty right now. I need to kind of set things up for this character. But like the downside is the male and the female, they're a lot taller. So when I'm putting them in the chair, and it's such an annoying problem. Like, look at how nice the game is starting to look now, you know? Like, it's actually starting to look like a video game, you know? Let's go inside. Look at the buttons. I'm actually pressing them. Yeah, so... Right, look at this. Looking sick, it's getting there. So anyway, the issue now is like, because I have free look, which is alt, and free look like resets to the bones head position. When I'm what's the best way to describe it? I have a gimbal position on the character. Actually, here we can do it this way. Let's move this over here and move this. Nope, damn it. I don't know why it keeps wanting to scroll it down. It must be like my joystick or something. So we'll have to kind of do it this way. I have an alternative idea. I'm gonna move this over here, take over the camera. Okay, so check this out. So free cam. To put the character in the seat correctly, I have to put him back in the seat, so I have to kind of rotate him so you know, he's kind of more this way. The downside is, though, his head look resets to head bone forward, and obviously because I'm now tilting him backwards, like I'm tilting him back in the seat correctly, like he's totally in the seat correctly, But now I have to create this whole like more of a dynamic gimbal system that aligns the head bone to some offset now, because I either need to redo the seat animations so that the seat animations have them adjusted more, so that the head is more natural in Z minus forward window sitting. So I don't need to do what I think I have to do, or otherwise I need to give it some type of vector reference, like a reference in the seat itself or something of where the camera should be. But isn't it great how isn't it so great how when we're working on art, the code ropes you back in? The issue is the art fucks with the code. You know what I mean? Like on the base model, like I don't, because because now like the animations, you know what I mean? Like need to be redone, and the same thing with the like with the hands. I got to redo. Hey, Rage, all the animations to be able to. Let me get back over here. There we go. So I had to redo like pretty much all the hand animations to be able to support like holding on to things or holding on to things correctly, right? Because right now, like because they're Mixma, all of the walking forward, walking back, walking left, there's this weird hand fingering movements in there. And in reality, because we're working on an FPS game, we either want to have all of those animations, what are procedural animations? In Godot, they're more complex, like procedural animation. Like IK in Godot, on the finger level, is way too complicated. Not complicated, just it would it'd have a cost, right? All skeletal animations on their own accord have a cost, right? Because they're just nested quaternions all the way, to root. But I want to redo all the animations, so either we're in a neutral fist position on everything, right? Everything where the hand bone is where it stops, right? And we just keep them kind of fisted. And then I'll create an override pose of just hand open, and then from the hand up, well, on the end of the animation tree, we'll have a blend property between close and open that we can blend between for how holdy we want to be holding things. But the idea is that like we shouldn't be, other than moving the hand, because the IK point is always going to be hand root, like that's what we're actually moving. So we want everything related to hand root to be stable on the animation side. So when I take hand root and offset it Z forward or Y, because bones are Y up, a little bit, I know that IK target is always going to work because we're hands up, and we're fine, right? So that's the, and the way that the magnet works as well for like a vector. But like that's so much work because now we have to get all those, we have to get all these animations into Blender, right? And so I think that's going to be something else that we're going to probably outsource as well. Be like, just hey, random artist, whomever will hire for it, can you kind of because really it's just removing animation tracks. If you really think about it, that's all we're really doing. We're going in and nuking all the animation tracks of fingers and everything, but we still need to make sure the default pose is in a natural fist as best as we can, and then we kind of so, and when I say default pose, like the T pose itself is still going to be perfect, right? But then I want to have a natural animation default pose that'll be in a fist, right? And then an override pose, which would be more T pose. Technically, they could use T pose as the override pose for the hands and blend then between the default global T pose. So, but either way, all the animations, we need to convert them to a fist. And then if I'm clever, I also want a version of the animation that is this. So we have like a this, and then we have a this. Moved over to Twitch. Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah, whatever ends up working. I don't know. I don't know if YouTube is more clear. Um, but yeah, that's the that's like that's gonna need a bit of work. But you know. So today, I want to get the bottom panels of the ship actually working. Yeah, yeah, gotcha. All right, so that's like, you know, kind of what's on the go. At least that's the kind of issue. At least that's the kind of issue rather than like needing the model made. Dude, like making the models a bit of work, but like, you know, every time you make animations and you're like rigging and you know you're adjusting things, you're kind of making a new model. Like, you know, every new damn frame of an animation is like, yeah, as it's changing the blend shapes and adapting, and I don't know, it's so much work. Um, True, it can be a lot when working with blend shapes. That's the side of things I get the touch. Oh, you'll do a lot with it when you kind of get there. So anyway, I want to add all of these back. These are our little yeah, I don't know. They're supposed to be I guess we're not really blocking it. There's supposed to be an inset here, but I don't think I care. I really hope not to have to touch any model making myself. I know I'll probably have to soon. At least in Unreal, it's pretty easy. Yeah, in a lot of the yeah, it's even in Unity, there's a package where you can. I don't know if you've done this, Sedlix. This is one thing like my experience in Unity kind of fades every day a little bit, you know. But I know with the new animation rigging package, if you're using the new animation rigging package, you can actually in the code, I know you can create like a recorder, and you can actually like run animations through IK overrides and then bake them back out to the animation player. So like you can probably curate a lot of things. Yeah, that was one of the big features of the animation. What are they called in Unity? Unity. What is it? What's it under? Because it's the anim. It's that extra package. Yeah, so in animation rigging, but you set up your rig, you set up your rig builder, you set up your constraints. I'm trying to remember where the code was. Yeah, so it's animation rigging package. So animation rigging for current version. So yeah, because there's bi-directional motion transfer. Right, so you can set up, so bidirectional motion transfer is an authoring workflow that lets you transfer existing motions onto constraints and inversely transfer the motion from active constraints back to the original motion source while preserving the visual fidelity of the motion. This workflow makes use of the animation window, select the desired clips, preview the constrained results in scene view, and then transfer the motion back to the skeleton. Which is absolutely great, because then you use code to direct IK and use IK to bake back to animation data. Then you have the best of both worlds. You can create a very multi-bone constraint IK system, and then when you get it nailed, you're like, oh, I'm just fucking running. I'm just gonna go save that out to animation and I'll be good with it. Right, so because this is what I was interested in for Yeah, exactly. Just bake it. You're welcome. Yeah. So, but our agenda, yeah, is to get these panels actually working. You switch the cinema machine? Oh my god! Hang on. When did you switch the cinema machine? Hang on. Alright, so this is October. October the 6th. The 6th, 2024. Satellites plays. We are gonna save this over here in my notes of yeah, so I'll go back and see exactly when I asked you to switch to cinema machine, because it, you know, does everything that you probably would ever need, given what you were doing. But, you know, you gotta be young and stubborn and determined to make your own thing, you know. You know, what you need to do, Sedlix, this is what you had to do, okay? You gotta go into Visual Studio. That is what you had to do. And, you know what I mean? Like, we're just gonna do everything ourselves. So, you know, you should just make a game engine, you know? Just screw Unity. Like, why, you know, why when we can just, you know, we just build our own render pipeline, you know? Build yeah, really. Yeah, just spend 40 years making your own render system. You know, and then after like, you know, wait 3 months, and everything builds, you'll just end up with, assuming I have all the shaders for this. Then, oh look, then ta-da! Look, you have your own game engine, and then you need to add an animation system and dynamic lighting, and then everything else. And then like 3D positional sound, and but you know, you should never do that. Terrible. Don't. Have you thought about forking off of Godot, like Redo? When there's a build, I'm waiting for there to be a build of Godot, and then we're gonna look at it. I use my own branch anyway, so it's not like I, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter where Godot comes from. This is a far better example of my shoddy camera system. Well, reinventing the wheel. Yeah, we'll just build our own, you know? Like, you know, it's just, you know, it's just, you know, probably like 8,000 lines of code to, right? And that's after you get all your transformation matrices and all that stuff kind of working. You know, just write pure Vulkan 1.4. Let's go, or 1.3. But yeah, I basically realized the amount of tech debt just figuring out all those camera problems was. I just want to make a cutscene. I was like, bro, I need to do so much. Yeah, exactly. Just make the cutscene. Don't worry about reinventing the wheel. But anyway, this is my engine I was working on in the middle of Godot, or in the middle of the Unity fiasco. I was like, I'm gonna go learn Vulkan and make my own. And Vulkan is so complicated, so complicated. But anyway, I show you this because it's a waste of time. You know, like when I was younger, I was playing around with OpenGL, and I spent like a week getting like, I think it was just object files loading, like parsing an object file and like loading it. I had lighting and everything, and I'm like, cool, this is great. How do I do animations? Well, now you got to build a skeleton system, and then you got to do all your animations, and you have to like tween all those bones, and then you have to implement blend shapes. You had to implement all these things. So like, right, like, so it's like, cool, I can make things render, and then it quickly goes to, oh, this is suddenly a lot more complicated. It's crazy to hear how long it takes just to get those type of things done. Yeah, it's not really easy. No wonder game studios open games and an engine takes so long to make games. Yeah, because Vulkan, as an example, does not hold your hand. It's a low-level implementation, a low-level language, or what we're going to call it, like a API for directly accessing hardware. And it's designed for performance. So it's designed that you manage your own memory. You manage everything, right? All the command buffers, every single thing you manage yourself. I'm not sure if you're a fan of Halo. I haven't played a lot of Halo. I wouldn't consider myself a not fan of Halo. I just never had. I was always a PlayStation kid. All the way. I did have an Xbox 360 at some point, but yeah, 343 just announced they're renaming to Halo Studios, and they're swapping to Unreal Engine 5. I can see that being a thing. Yeah, we stand on the backs of a lot of people's time and effort as devs. Yeah, we have to. I mean, it's like that all the way down to the language. You know what I mean? Like, C# is evolving every day. .NET 9 offers crazy, compilation. There's examples of .NET 9, code, starting to reach like assembly level performance, depending on type of, workflow it is. Yeah, so it kind of, things evolve. We're always just using someone else's shit. We're just stealing shit. We're just Stack Overflow, copying the coffee from one mug to another, just running shit together. Yeah. Okay. So let's get this now. Re-export it again. Serial body. I think that's everything I need. This is going to be a lot higher poly that I want, but what a model is that? I'm gonna get some tea real quick. I've been chugging tea all day to try to rescue my voice. I'm pretty tired, man. I hope this whole week works out. Yeah, these don't have sides. We need to like add a a component to this, or we kind of blend in. It's like these should have replacements as well on the interior side. To be honest, if I were more experienced with C++ and Godot, I'd help out on this. Currently learning UE5 blueprints more right now. It's a good gateway, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what game engine you use, really. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all going to kind of, work. Yeah, I think on the model level. I don't know why the shields are on the model. Or why I put it on the model. gonna turn off the body. And then on the exterior, so this was the test that I did a while back, which we probably get rid of. And this will be the actual one. And then for ship body, we're gonna pick. I wish we could quick search. That's true. My spare time only allows me to play games or develop them. Yeah, I can't play games anymore. Oh, wait, ship body 5. Hang on, this is probably gonna crash out on me, but we have an issue here somewhere. Somewhere here, there is a material. There should be ship body material from the link. Okay. I don't see a ship body material 5 around here. And that can go. That can go. Exterior design. Here. Relink this in. Yeah, I'll just be happy enough to see how things go this week, Rage, with the job and stuff like that. And then I'm gonna probably see if I can find a dedicated Fiverr. If I can find a Fiverr animator that wants, you know, some continuous work over time, so I can still knock some things out on a commission basis, but they're familiar enough with the project that they can kind of, you know, devote some time to it. That would be like awesome. As a lot of the stuff is not too, you know, it's not complicated work. It's tedious work, or tedium. But yeah, there's some clipping here. I don't know, wonder what that is. Well, the engines are separate anyway. I just wonder why that's actually showing up. Oh, okay, let's re-export that. Ship transport exterior. Yeah, I feel like UE with their new animation system, making animations for things like this is going to be like stupidly simple for me. Yep. Hello, Godot. Can we finish re-exporting the thing? Or it'll crash you out. be nice if those tools could be widely used. I think, you know, there's always there's always merits to doing animations yourself. There's something said about custom work, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you see games and the animations are just so nice and fluid. They're just, you know, they're made specifically for the asset. The same with LODs, right? You can rely on a lot of auto lodding. I certainly do. You know, but you know, artistically controlled LODs can also look very great at a distance, more so than, you know, there's always a trade-off of speed, right? Like, you know, we can automate something, get it over with, cool, but then like, what's the cost? All right, so now are the materials? No, there's a ship body. Why are you? Maybe. Oh, hang on. Yeah. So what else is using ship body 05? There's still like a panel or something here not using the correct material. Landing covers. This one's fine. Rear landing covers. Those are all fine. These are hidden, so we're not even using these. Oh, I see it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else. I'm just replacing a lot of these that were in the other test projects just to kind of get them swapped out. Four materials are being nuked. Good. There's a ship metal. That was good. Curious to know if you plan on making the game mechanics immersive with semi-realistic movement or more arcadey. More immersive. They're all rigid body motion. Right now the tractor beam is a bit jank because it doesn't really the tractor beam right now kind of interpolates between the target position of the camera raycast, so it moves things no matter what. Like it's not doing like physics collisions when we're moving things around with the tractor beam right now. And I did that for more of a design tool because I was literally using the tractor beam to like move things and test things and kind of interact with things. So it's not actually like creating a virtual position and then applying the forces towards it. Because ideally, the objects that we're actually using with the tractor beam are going to be, limited by their mass. Like we won't be able to pull things that are, like not like that are, really light in mass. Right, so you'll be able to move around a lot of like heavier stuff, but for metals and stuff, you have to go grab like a forklift and kind of move it that way. So like some of the heavier stuff is a lot harder to deal with. And it also then changes the profile of how the ship flies. So yeah, let's see pilot. You have no idea what that pilot mode's for. Alright, so that. And I'm still not seeing, like, one of these collections still has a random material. Yeah, there's still a ship body 5. Here's the one we're actually getting from our properties, ship class. But this is not actually supposed to be importing. And it's like not the fuel tank covers, not the front cover, which is in ship transport bottom. Right, it's not any of these. And not any of these. These all have their correct materials. And it's not in the front landing. Some of this definitely So yeah, and all of this is why I want to get all my materials organized in one main file, just to kind of make things easier. We don't have all these little extras sticking around. Still feel like it's an exterior design or something. Ship body material, ship body material. There's a ship component metal. Oh, on the bulls. Hang on. Yeah, because you can see, like, we gotta figure out how we can, like, look and see what's using the materials. Can we actually check? Like, how do I check the number? Where are we? Ship thrusters. Ship thruster. Oh, on the bulls. Oh, okay, we can do it this way. Let me split this again. And we're going to link. So we should be able to go find any of the crappy ones. Yeah, so let's remove. So 10 materials are being nuked. So anything now that's like ship body, like 4, so this one. Yeah, they're bulls. The materials on the bulls, so that when they cut. Still 2 users, man. Still 2 users, oh my god. Oh, is that late? Sorry, I was at lunch. How's it going? Finn is fine. Welcome, welcome. We're just cleaning up my ship right now. I'm getting ready to put the panels underneath it, so you can take off all the components and swap them out. So I'm just going through and cleaning up a lot of these materials that I have assigned everywhere. Yeah, Shield says there's like 2 fake users. Oh no, we are overriding them. Oh nice, does Unity use socket-based structure like this? It's Godot. That I'm going to be bringing this into. So here's my game. Here's the ship that I'm working on. And just redoing the exterior, which I've kind of just turned off for the time being. Here in the empty disk scene, yeah, no. Got it all turned off. So when we get it all back in, we can get rid of these bottom panels and get everything working again. Yeah, I've been using Godot now for a couple months. Probably 8 months, probably. I don't know why I seen it was using. Yeah, blame Settlix. I was a Unity dev, and I ported my project from Unity to Godot, so I have a bit more freedom on the 64-bit global precision side. So I can have a universe that I can scale, you know, unlimitedly. I don't know if these are actually even like. Oh yeah, no, I guess yeah, it is working. Good component metal. Probably because Blender kind of looks like Unity on my screen, so we'll go with that. No worries. All these duplicates will soon be gone. Good body. I also don't like Unity. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like. It's many in carnations. Yeah. Are you an Unreal developer? Fine. Finn is fine. Ship body. Yeah, Unreal Houdini 3ds Max. I brought my previous professional life to indie deving. Oh, that's awesome. What is your game about? Or if you want to share it, you're more than welcome to. Right, there's still 2 users. All right, 1. I wish I could go through. I wish there's a way to like tab between the users of the material more effectively, or get like a, I don't know, like a list. But it's been like a long time since I cleaned up a lot of these assets. And a lot of this just needs to happen. It's a horror puzzle, first-person perspective. We're getting a trailer together pretty soon. Oh, that's awesome. It's like, I feel like these are not applying. They must be. Your body material. Where did I put this? Hey, Swank. Yeah, weird. Let me close this out again. Let me just see what we're using for the main material. Ship body mat. Okay, so it is assets, materials, ship body material. Material, ship body mat. Okay. Reimport. Import the same. Yeah, with that material. Yeah, I guess it's metallic. So it's the prefabs, ships, ship transport, exterior. We'll just see what this looks like real quick. Yeah, the extra width is fine. Great. I need to figure out why it's not like perfectly aligned. Because it should be. It is not. Because it's attacking. I typed the first and apparently edited it for the better. Hmm. Yeah, I wonder why this is supposed to be centered at origin. Like that's supposed to be the perfect origin of the ship. But on this guy. Mm, yeah, in the interior. I mean, that's the one that was last exported. And if we bring the model into this, mm, ba-dum-bum-bum. Yeah, because eventually this can go. Hey, suspicious user restricted. Detected as a likely band evader. That's awesome. Right, because here in the model, it's not transformed at all. In this model, it is fine. If I bring this one in, it should match 1-to-1. And it does. What? Oh yeah, so it is 0.51 on the model. Which puts it in the same space and time. What? He got you? You was dead? What? Oh, he's attacking me on the screen, you mean? You need like get something from the chase. He got the cursor. And I need to actually like figure out what I want to do with those. How I'm gonna make those work. Yeah, I think I need to put buttons underneath for like opening the latches. And when you press it, I think I'm just gonna make them kind of hide for the time being. Kind of like toggle them off and on. It should be like a fine enough solution. Kind of like just having a different component mode. Uh, 0.1, 0.1. Yeah, maybe we'll make something that goes under here behind the scanner array, and is the control for the panels. I'll do Hey, Pixis, how's it going? We know it's going to be 10 degrees rotation. And we'll say this is using ship metal, which we actually want. What do we want to do with the slash? Transport component punch. Chew. Honestly, modeling looks not too bad. I mean, you know, it's fun. I like it. Don't want to do it. A lot of it is just like playing around and kind of, I don't know, getting a feel for something. Like you have an idea in your head of kind of what you're looking for, and then you're just, you know, trying to see where it goes, and might not go anywhere, you know. And sometimes it might. Does the engine use its own mesh file type? I mean, most things are imported GLTF, which is the Kronos Group's new open standard. And then when they save as a standard like resorts. Thanks for the follow. Is it JLo? Or Jolo? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I think it's Shaylolo. Yeah, let's move this one back to here. I want something kind of get our hands in it. I want it kind of smooth. I'm not sure. No, I want this to. What are you making now? Oh, it makes me wonder, how do you plan on having like handable interactions or the pickups like door handles interaction with IK? I don't think so. I would like to ultimately, but I think they'd have a high cost. Yeah, what we want is like a swing paddle is what we really want. Right, a swing paddle with a visual indicator. How's it going, John? Right? Affairs. Right? Because all that has a cost, and it could work. You know what I mean? Like, depending on how well the IK system evolved, it might end up being fine. But, like, I don't like this. Right, because I want to put it here. Right, and the idea, visually, is we just have two lights that'll be like green and red, and they'll always be shining. So we have like a visual indicator behind the sensor array of where the component access port is, and we'll put one on each side. Right, so when we trigger the latch, and this is temporary right now. I want to be able to pull these off, but what I want for just the interim is I want that visual indicator. We'd pull the latch. Ideally, these would swing open kind of automatically. Like there will be on the inside arms that kind of go in, and these would come out kind of on a track. Not a track, but it would come out and kind of, you know, open. It won't just swing this way. It'll swing kind of out and up, you know, kind of. And because we need to get access, because I was hoping to have a lot of this kind of work, but when we move this out of the way, Right, I have all of this closed in now. Right, so we actually have a kind of a firewall. Right, so I want to get this firewall in the game and get the final pieces in. Right, and then oh, John, check this out. Let me show you here what we're working on. It's probably been a little bit since you were last here, if you're still here. I finally got the main mail in, and this is what it's like. They're really cool design chores, and I'm going to it's going to depend on funding. So right now I want just interactables. Like I know we can kind of, I realize that I don't have access to them. Right, so we have like the virtual grid here for the cargo. So that, you know, we can buy a cargo, we can sell it. This is all working. All right, so I want to get these working, and I want a version of this for the below frames. Yeah, where's my pilings? Did the pilings not come over? I somewhat had an idea of last night while in bed, but I was thinking about customizable MFDs. It'd be nice to get the colors and stuff like that working too for MFDs. These are you can like spotlight actual physical monitors for different design manufacturers. That I do want to do. Well, this is broken from the interior, from the spotlight of everything. Yeah, we need to finish this exterior. I think it really kind of like touches on the immersive factor. Absolutely. Yeah, because we can look around. Like they're meant to be old terminals, right? Everything is meant to be kind of 70s and 80s. And I also want them to have certain limitations. Like I want you to be able to change the holo projector. And change the holo projector kind of color properties of it. And there's going to be different kind of versions of the holo projector. Like there's going to be different versions of sensors and different versions of components that have different limitations. But they won't fire. Because there won't be a weapon attached. Oh my god, yes. Absolutely. Like when I fire, I'm actually like telling the gimbal to move. And I'm telling the weapon to fire, and the weapon itself is doing the firing. If there's no weapon in the weapon attachment, there's no, it'll fizzle. Right? That's why there's different types of weapons, right? There's beam weapons, there's burst weapons, there's, okay, like we got all that working. I want to get the hologram stuff. Like, the idea is when we target and ship, we should be able to see all the subcomponents. And see like the subcomponent damage state and stuff like that too. So you know, depending on your scanner, when you scan the ship, it'll like show like cargo, you won't know what cargo is in there, but depending on the sensors, it'll kind of show a square, like it'll show a coloration of the type of cargo based on what it's able to detect. It's all meant to be kind of limited intentionally, like. In my game, and I know people might hate it, there's no like real color screens. We really, because it's like 80s, right? We really get a lot of effort in this holo projector. Like the hologram is like future cool technology, but it has a huge energy cost. So we do have like, I don't know why it went that way, but that's kind of my idea is we do have holograms, and we have screens, but they're old school, like phosphorus kind of, like, we kind of went down this road first, but they're kind of high energy output, kind of thing. So we have like this limited kind of lightly rendered, targets, and even the system map in map mode, for example. This becomes the whole star system. And the idea is I can control this hologram and kind of zoom in and zoom out and target things, right? Like when we're interacting with the ship systems, we're doing it through the terminal, right? Like very basic interactivity, and through selection on the holo terminal. So there'll be kind of as I'm moving the ship, there'll be a mode where I'm not controlling the ship, and we're just kind of scrolling and moving around, the projection and selecting things. And that's kind of how we navigate around, because these on-screen targets that we're seeing here, they won't necessarily be a thing, right? It's really the hologram that's showing me where that target indicator is. And that might be kind of terrible, but you will see like this target indicator kind of on the HUD of the player helmet, almost like Apache style, and they will be kind of like target information and stuff like that. So it gives you kind of a reason to fly by your sensors, especially when you're silent running and stuff like that. When you have to kind of eyeball it and shut down a lot of the systems manually, and actually kind of, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's going to take a lot of player feedback, and there might be things that like I have an intention behind it, and maybe people won't like it, but maybe they can honor the intention and kind of go with it for a bit and just kind of see kind of where it goes with certain things until I kind of get it finished. It's really hard to kind of explain, but I want to make something different, you know what I mean? Like I want to make something very, I don't know, like as far as ship controls, I really want them to be more like a cross between an 80s Apache and some kind of old school Star Trek kind of low tech, future high tech, so that way we're not like we're it seems like you don't have a lot of information because you're not seeing it. Like I want the space to be kind of clear, but all the data is going to be still in front of you, and I hope that makes sense. It's a lot of things I'm doing is a bit of a gamble, but it's a price that I can pay to make something that I think will be a little bit different. Because like even up here, like there's this space is meant to be filled with other MFDs, like kind of like your CB radio. You know what I mean? Like I want to have your little where you're talking to the guys is actually like a hanging CB, like old school, and you can target the ship. So you target the ship, and then you can reach up and click hail. You know what I mean? And grab like I have a couple different animations, but you're kind of you put them on speaker, but you can kind of also just directly kind of chat with them. It's coming to the cabin. I want to have things be not necessarily so clear, and have some static and stuff on the voices, and I don't know. That's the idea. It is a washroom. I'll be back. Yeah, yeah, mainly, yeah, exactly. Little things like that. They're dumb, but they're awesome. From your loving supporters. How's it going, Sarcast? Yeah, check this out, Evan. I want to show you the. I actually finally got the mail in, which is absolutely great. And once we get the IK stuff, kind of fixed up, because right now the IK stuff's a little bit broken. I'm trying to get rid of it. I'm trying to get rid of all of the inner thought stuff completely and use targeting. Like, literally just directly interact with everything. I'm getting rid of it. I think it's dumb. And what I think we should do instead is have an action wheel or an action. Hey, Thanicus, good to see you. Cap No Pants, welcome, welcome. So say we're holding a weapon. What I'm going to do is the same for place. I want to have a modifier. It probably won't be F, or it might be F. You know what I mean? Because we literally can, like have that. Like we're not going to be interacting with something if we have a weapon. But if we hold F, we'll get like a mod wheel, and then from that mod wheel, we'll have drop, place, a mode. So like, and it'll always be a quick up. You know what I mean? So you just like while holding it, F, you can just use like WD to kind of quick wheel it, or you can mouse into the direction. And then it's immediately like down for drop, up for the mode. So as we're moving stuff, F down, click, and then you're placing it on the ground. So there's no holding F, and it's the same like when we have the rifle, as an example. Ignore the IK, right? We would hold F, while we're holding it, and then go into like modify, right? And then that would bring the gun up to a modification mode where we can, turn off and on, different things of the gun. And I think that's way better than an inner thought system, is to be able to just directly, just interacting with things and just having one key that will kind of do it. Because I still have the old cursor mode, but for most part now the idea is to not have to worry about that cursor mode and just directly interact with the world, and then not have to worry about it. Yeah, thanks, Sanicus. It's coming along. Yeah, we have a lot more systems in place in Godot now. We just need to get a lot of this stuff kind of together. The female's over here as well, somewhere. Or I thought I put them over here because we were testing the. I might have deleted them. Looking incredible. I love the blue hanger stuff. Oh yeah, and there's a couple things not even working in this actually. Here, let me. I just realized the camera on this whole scene is not actually even the right camera. Uh-oh. Well, I must not have moved it over. No, I didn't. I have a whole new shader for the world environment. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So that's the let me just make sure this works great. Looks incredible. I love that blue hanger stuff. Yeah, so let me just I'll go into systems again real quick here. That's my goal. I want to get this. I want to get the ship components and all the new panels in, so that swapping things out don't look jank. You know what I mean? Like that's the goal right now. I just want to take a side step and graphically get this done. Get the ship body actually working. Let me just go and move those back where they go. And go back into systems. Yeah, what I'm in the middle of now is a whole inventory system, and it breaks a lot of multiplayer stuff. I got a lot of it working now. I'm back in multiplayer. But now items are fully dynamically spawnable and despawnable. So they kind of, like the character, whether it's male or female, can like reconfigure itself and sync its inventory. And when I get it a little bit further this week, they'll be able to drop items on the ground and have another player come and take them. So the items aren't, like just something that every player has anymore. It's something that, see the lens flare? So that's the effect that I'm working on now. And this is the new system. So all the items now are loading in dynamically. Planets and stuff like that are working. Ships and stuff like that are working. Vehicles and stuff like that are working. Yeah, so once I get the weapon stuff working, it'll be IK. And then after the IK stuff, then I'll be working on the on all the ADS stuff. Oh, ignore the glitch in here. Yeah, it's good to see you, Anarchist. Hopefully your life's doing better. I might have a new job, so I'll find out probably tomorrow if everything is final. Yes, I do actually, but I need to get the tractor beam system working a little bit more stable before I kind of allow the... because I want to use the kind of the tractor beam as a latch. Otherwise, we're going to have like no way of having ships, kind of like maintain that. So there's just a systems project, so there's no final art in this project, but yeah, man, I got the custody of the kid back in December. It's been an exciting year, so yeah, trying to raise a 16-year-old boy. That's awesome. Other than that, just working, awesome. Yeah, I got approached by a viewer about a dev job, and I'm at the final stages of it. So we'll after it'll be 18 years working at the school this month, and this will give me the resources that I need, because it's a lot of work. It's going to be crazy, actually. It's a very custom position. I won't expose who I'm working for or whatever, but it's one of the top 8 companies when it comes to like auditing and all that kind of stuff, and probably top 9th in Fortune 500, maybe in the top 10. We'll say it's in the top 10. But anyway, so I'm pretty excited to figure that out. So I won't have any financial troubles if all this goes through. And my hope is that I can hire someone to do art full time at some point. It's probably going to take me. It'll probably take a year for me to kill off all my debt and recover. Maybe a year and a half, realistically speaking. So, you know, because I have like COVID, ever since COVID, I've been living off of my line of credit and, you know, just kind of barely getting by. So the hope is that I'll recover in the year, and we'll also be probably doing commissions. So I'm going to try to find an animator. My goal is to find an animator either on Fiverr, like find someone I know can do what I want for a lot of the FPS animations, like someone who's willing to, I don't know, put the time in. Romanceable alien NPCs. I'm not going to say no to that, you know. Remember, blackjack and hookers, you know what I mean? Blackjack, like that's kind of the thing. Star Citizen with blackjack and hookers. So part B of that kind of goes out the window if there's, you know, no alien. We're about to get Mass Effect in here. Yeah, things are really coming together, and you're always playing to be able to execute well. That's the goal. I really hated the Unity switch, because it really put us behind. On many things, you know what I mean? Like patronage, other like, you know, growth, you know, and just kind of, right, like getting everything set up sucks. But overall though, I think it's gonna pick up. The YouTube's picking up. If you're not following me on YouTube, Thanicus, check out, you know, at Revere on YouTube. I've been finding we're getting a lot more Star Citizen people. In the on YouTube space, and my YouTube's been growing. Like some of my VODs now have like 600 views, so I'm like, cool, people are starting to watch, you know, they're not like, you know, being convinced. But as of last stream, Pagan finally could do the I'll load it up. He could actually claim his hab again on the actual Patreon. In hindsight, do you wish you would have stayed with Unity, or are you happy with the change? If I had known that Unity was like gonna stay in whatever it was gonna do, I might have continued, but it wouldn't have solved my networking issues, and I still would have been kind of reluctant to my hot fixes with Fishnet, or I would have had to rewrite everything to be dots oriented. I would have had to finish. Right, like converting the whole project to entities, and then using netcode for entities, so I can use the new Unity physics system. And it still would have been a slow kind of, you know, like at the end of the day, I don't think Godot is the limiting factor in the game. It's just like making the game, you know, like all the animations, all the work, all the, you know, like I don't mind tuning back the graphics, like when we start really doing profiling and we're like, oh shit, you know what I mean, this is not working. I think that's going to happen in any engine. Godot, like Unreal would have been great, but the blueprints was just seemed monotonous to me, and C++ seemed too slow. So C# always felt like the middle ground between like implementation speed for one person. So I still think Godot excels, given the... you follow it on YouTube? Know how you feel? I hope this takes off for you. Still can't wait to play. Yeah, absolutely. It's, yeah, but I like the freedom here in Godot. Like I can't go wrong with Godot. We can do whatever we want with it, you know? And it can be curated into the experience, right? Like, all depending on how funding grows, right? They'll reach a point, hopefully, if it's up to me, right, and I think about the project, you know, in a fully running sense, assuming we had like, I don't know, $6,000. Let's say $6,000 was, you know, Patreon goal, you know, because I think if you look at, you know, Bostic as an example, you know, and I'm just comparing, like, you know, assuming, right, like Bostic has $3,300 a month, right? That's not a lot per month. But if we look at like, developers from, South America or some other countries, or maybe that American value would go a bit further, even at Bostic's level, that will be almost enough to hire a full-time artist and even potentially a C++ dev. And that would be like kind of where I'd kind of like want to be. Like ultimately, I want to get another gameplay designer, an artist with a focus on animation and rigging, and like another gameplay programmer. Like if I could grow the team like 4 people, I would be like perfect. And I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop, considering how good Unreal has been for us and how the other engines set themselves on fire in the eyes of the community. Yeah. Yeah, so really I just want this with a light. A light and a lock. You think the other engines are gonna... I mean, have you seen the whole Godot fiasco? Yeah, it was a dumb dumpster fire, and they can recover from that in a month. Yeah, the crazy thing though is Godot is a thing, and the fact that it's grown so quickly, like, I don't know if Godot will be able to keep up with Godot. You know what I mean? Like, and sure they can keep, merging, right? They can keep their branch up to date with Godot's branch, and have a build that has their Godot label. But the community is insane. Like the Discord community that they grew just in that short period of time is insane. Right? There's generally more activity on that Discord, like the new Discord that they created for Godot, than I've seen on any Godot community. So it's been that part of it is cool. Like the fact that just so many people were like, why is all this stuff happening? Like I just want to work on my video game, and they're like, yeah, I just want to deal with this. And like there's so many people I've met in that Discord that are like in their late 30s, working on some pretty serious projects. Like we all jumped in to see what was up with it. And it was like probably 30 something people in the Discord, like in the voice chat, all the different voice channels. And it was like going to a convention. It was like going to like a game developer convention and running into all these people you've never seen before, because they were never a part of any of the original Godot communities. And they're all working on all these really cool things. And I'm like, holy crap, this is like awesome. So, right, like I don't know if Godot will succeed at the engine. As far as like they really need more developers and more contributions, and Godot already has a backlog of like 2,000 things. But no matter what, they've created a really apolitical community, and that's a good thing, So that's my my take on it. Oh yeah. So let me. If Danicus is still watching, so this is now what's actually working. I'm really glad I'm back to this point, because it's not impressive by any stretch of the imagination. But I finally have online working again. Like we now have credentials saved. I can now log in. I can now enter the space. We now have the the actual male and female character. Joe's furniture store is actually working. I probably have. Oh, I still have to go to project running. Hang on. Why you crash? Either that or it doesn't like when I have Blender running and 7,000 things. Let's do that again. Yep. So now, like, I'm online. I'm back in the truck stop, the component store. I'm putting back online this week. I want to get the new inventory system going. But now we can come in here. We can go to Joe's shop. I can go buy myself a bar stool, and we can go grab it. There's supposed to be a loading terminal here. I don't know why. It's supposed to spawn inside it, but you know. The NPCs are getting stuck on geometry that's not supposed to be baked into their nav mesh, but I was in a bit of a rush to get a lot of this back together and working again. So I have these dynamic placeholder HABs, and now if we go to this terminal, there's Rab's Place of Love. I unlock it. It actually spawns in all of my components from when I was last playing, and there's my actual HAB. And this is everything that I put in there last time. And I can add the second one in, and it all works. And if I come back and despawn it or lock it, there we go. It just updates everything to the API. And by default, see, I have these placeholders, so there's no big mesh costs. Can't really see in them, which is good. And obviously they'd be locked, but I've just left them all kind of open. And then everything works. Again, finally. And if we have another person online and they go to their terminal and they, spawn in their own personal HAB, then they'll get the next available spot. Now, it's going to need a lot more work than that, but, Unreal. I just launched the feature for making large monodynamic lights, so I'm excited. I don't have to fake street lights and searchlights with emission cones. Gotcha. How's your armor, biped, and equipment diversity going to be? Like Star Citizen. Lots. We're going to do one suit, one flight suit, and one civvy suit. Yeah. And then scale from there. It's going to depend on art, right? I'm going to I'm going to create them. I'm going to bring them into GIMP, and just color them. So we'll have like in different color variations, which would simulate the gameplay cost of having different materials loaded. You know what I mean? For each of those types of equipment. But the idea being is the mesh itself would be swapped out and we'd have variations. But for the time being, I'm just going to create like different colors. So we know like we have, light, medium, heavy, and we have our different variations. Yeah, we need to get them. We didn't nuke the the bot. Let me see if I can ban him here. Bam! Yeah, so that's the I like Fallout 4's equipment system too. Actually, what's the equipment system like in Fallout 4 for weapons? Like, do you have any screenshots for like how are they primary weapon slots and the inventory itself is itemized? I don't remember. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get ready and we're gonna go raid someone. Celix, if you're still here. If you're not, cool, but thanks again for the raid. Yeah, I didn't expect to get much done. I really wanted to get this exported. I wanted to get this exported, If I have to, I'll put a interactable, like, square on the ship that we interact with to trigger, the opening and closing. You're always happy to see progress. Yeah, so that's the idea. I need to make this, but I'm not going to rush wherever I did with it. Oh no, did I close my latch? Where's that latch? Me? Damn, I can't find the latch. Originally, I was thinking one, yeah, like one like this, with two light indicators and a keyhole. Weapon wheel for favorites. Otherwise, list inventory. Yeah, I like that too. I like list with still a weight limit. You know what I mean? So it's a list, but you have a weight limit. Classic RV. Yeah. Wait, what does wait. What does an RV door handle look like? Out of curiosity. Yeah, yeah, literally. But like sideways. Maybe something like this. Like, I want something with indicators or with a central keyhole. This is literally exactly kind of kind of where my brain is going. Right, so, something that kind of has. I wanted to make it geometry, like I'll make a normal version of it, but I want one that we can kind of pull. Anyway, this is what we'll work on this week. Um, so the way it works is going to be similar to Star Citizens, but I don't know if I wanted to do the weight, like the grid system. I don't really think our game needs to be Tarkov-ish to that degree. But the way it works is we have item slots that's based on the suit, right? And then that's it. And then when you put a backpack on, the weight extends to the right based upon the backpack. Now, whether the right side are items that you drag from left to right, or if it's itemized on the right, um, yeah, tetragrid, right? It'll be limited to weight, and then from right side to bottom will be drop. So there'll be like just a little drop, area, and you can drag to bottom to put it at your feet. It'll just spawn in front of you, on the ground. If you interact with it, you'll just loot it, right? So the idea is if you have a inventory slot available that's empty, and you go to loot a weapon, you'll just equip the weapon right away, because it's empty. If you already have a weapon and you equip it'll just put it in the next adjacent slot. Oh yeah, absolutely, yep. So that's like the big thing of this week. Like I want to finish the inventory system, or finish reworking the inventory system. I want to be able to make the three primary weapons we have just be dynamic. The paper doll is fine for pickable equipment. Yeah. Starborn does an okay job as well, but it's been a while since I played it. I can't find the one that I found. Like I think it was this one. I'm gonna copy that one onto the into the Discord. Where is our IDOs? Yeah, I kind of want to find one like this. That has a you know, the key, but big enough to have indicators. Just heavy duty gate latch. Oh, those are cool too. Old school, just like. Mm. Yeah, I totally can't find that original one then. Yeah, the RV one was the closest one. Like I kind of want something just like this, just wider, with indicators instead of the lock being on the latch. Like it'll be like this, only extended, and we'll have two different service lights, one red and one green. It'll always be showing those service lights for the state. That way you can find the latch, you know, when you're out around. You know what I mean? Like when you're going around the ship, hey, what's that green light? And then when you look at when you mouse towards it, it'll be like an interact icon. So it'll be like, oh, we can actually interact, and it'll open right the all the gates or all the component bays. But I want them to have some form of locking slot, and that could be a chip or something. It could be like the, you know, the standard locking chips that we have. So we'll put like a slot in it for the lock, and then we'll have, so it'll be like two lights, the slot in like a square with this next to it, and that'll be the, you know, the deal. All right, yeah, no, it's 12, so I'm gonna go raid someone. If you guys are interested, check out the Discord. It's unforgivenspace.com/Discord, and for the studio, and we will be back tomorrow, more than likely. Hopefully, I'll hear word back from new job prospects. Oh, there you guys are. Where are we gonna go? Into the Godot community. The average goo. Up jump. Deal problem. Don't know who this is. And I'll end it here on the other socials.